Today's gonna be a fun one. I finally got my hands on the Miyoo Mini Plus, and I'm excited to see what this thing could do. We obviously know the Miyoo Mini has been out for a while, but it's definitely been sold out, and they came out with this Plus, which again is definitely gonna be hard to get your hands on. But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited to have this one in my hands. Let's go and see all the cool things it could do. So first thing first with the Miyoo Mini Plus, the packaging is really nothing too crazy. It's just a simple, clean look, but we're not here for the looks. Let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy and see what's inside. First thing is, of course, the instructions manual, which is nice. The charging cable, we got the SD to PC adapter, which you can go ahead and plug into your PC and customize the SD card. We even have some wipes to go ahead and clean your handheld, as well as the Miyoo Mini Plus itself. Let's go ahead and unpackage this bad boy and look at this. It's looking nice and clean. A very simple look. It's a 3.5-inch screen. Looking at the buttons are nice and clicky, have a nice touch to them, as well as the back triggers look very good as well. And yeah, simple as that, nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and hop into what it can really do. So first, turning on the handheld, it's pretty simple. You got the basic menu, you got the recent games, favorite games, game in general, and RetroArch if you want to go ahead and use RetroArch for your gaming. But once in the game selection, you obviously have a bunch of different consoles you could choose from to play. You got some arcade games, Game Boy Advance, Famicom, which is original Nintendo. You got Mega Drive, which is Sega Genesis. You got Neo Geo, original Game Boy, Neo Geo Pocket. You got a bunch of goodies on this one system. You got even some PC Engine, which is the Turbo Graphics in America, PS1, which that's probably what I'm most excited to see. You got the Wonder Swan, shoot 'em ups. You got a little bit of everything. And if you want to just use RetroArch, like I mentioned earlier, all you do is click on it, and as you see, it has a bunch of different options, just like the game options, and you can go ahead and pick and choose of what you want to play from RetroArch. Diving into the game selection, let's see how many games there are for each system. As you see, for the Famicom, which is the original Nintendo, you have 831 titles, man. This thing is loaded with the best games. Let's go ahead and hop into the Game Boy Advance. You have over 900 games for the Game Boy Advance. Pretty much any game imaginable, you have it on this system. Next, let's hop into the Super Famicom, probably one of my favorite consoles on this system that you could play. Almost 1,500 games, so of course, it has all regions of Super Nintendo games. Hopping into some gameplay, we're gonna hop into some Kirby Adventure, and look at the coloring on this IPS screen. The colors are definitely popping. As you see, the pink, the green, the brown even looks good. As you see, the water of the blue. And I wanted to quickly point out, if you press the middle button, a menu pops up and you have the continue option, the save option, the load option, so if you want to load a save state, the native menu, which I guess has to do with resolution, net play, and of course exit game. So it's a pretty simple menu, and when you press exit game, this is in real time. It only takes a couple of seconds and you're back in the main menu and you can hop into a different game. Hopping into the PS1 selection, which is probably my favorite system to play on this console, because PS1 portable, come on now, who can't love that? And there's a bunch of great titles. We have 127 titles on here. We had to hop into Marvel vs. Capcom to see the different colors, as well as to really test this stick on a fighting game, and all around it's really solid. As you see, the colors look really nice, and using the pad on a fighting game definitely wasn't too bad. And now hopping into one of my other favorite PS1 games of all time, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, and we just wanted to see how this runs on here, if there's any stuttering, any issues, and see how it runs. And as you see, it runs perfectly fine. It's not too dark or anything like that. And what I really like about this system is the buttons are customized. So whenever you play PlayStation games, it uses B as X, A as circle, X as triangle, Y as square, just like it would be a PlayStation controller, and vice versa for Nintendo games. And a really cool genre they have in the game selection is straight shoot 'em ups. You have over almost 200 games of only shoot 'em ups, and I'm not a big shoot 'em up person, but this is definitely a great way to go ahead and introduce myself to some great shoot 'em ups. And you know, we had to show some love to the Sega Genesis, and we had to go ahead and play some Sonic. We're gonna go ahead and hop into some Sonic 3, and as you see, it's running nice and smooth. The colors are looking great on this little handheld, and as you see, diving into the gameplay, the greens, the blues, the browns all look very solid, and they don't look very smushy or anything. They look good to go. Next, let's go and hop into the PC Engine. As you know, in today's market, it's not very easily attainable to go ahead and get these games in your hands, so to have all these games on this one system is awesome. So let's go ahead and see how it looks on this system. And as you see, we're loading up Bomberman, and everything looks very solid. Let's go ahead and hop into some gameplay, and boom, it runs very solid. It looks very good. I'm very impressed with the screen on this bad boy. The IPS screen looks phenomenal, and all around, I really can't complain. This looks awesome. Earlier in the video, I didn't really touch upon these options in the main menu. As you see, you have the settings. Let's go ahead and hop into the settings and see what's in here. As you see, we have the power off button if you just want to simply power it off. You have the brightness, which obviously allows you to turn down the brightness or turn up the brightness depending on how much battery you want to use and how fast you want to use your battery on the handheld. Next, we got the Wi-Fi, which is a pretty interesting one to have on the system. Not really sure what you're going to be doing with the Wi-Fi, but hey, it's a good little option to have on the system. Next is the color option. You have the ability to go ahead and mess with the illumination, the hue, the saturation, and the contrast. And this is an awesome ability. If you're in a game and you don't like how the colors look for a specific game, you can go ahead and go to this menu and change it up to exactly how you like. Next, which is really cool, is the key settings. You can go and hop in here and pretty much change all the buttons you like. So if you want to customize your buttons for a specific game, you want to make B, A, or you want to make X, Y, whatever. If you want to change around buttons, you can even use the triggers as buttons as well if you want to go ahead and do that. This is the ability that you could use in this setting menu. I had to save some of the best things in the settings for last, and that is the themes. There's a bunch of different themes that they give you loaded on this system, and they're really cool, honestly. Let's go ahead and hop into this theme right here, and as you see, it looks awesome. We got the anime look to it, and honestly the customization is sweet. I'm sure there's a way that you can go ahead and actually load your own themes into the SD card. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if there isn't, there's still plenty of options to choose from that you can go ahead and choose in this menu. And I want to make it clear that I do have the 128GB SD version of the Miyoo Mini Plus, so that is what I'm showing in this video. And of course, if you don't want to go all the way to the settings to power off the console, you can simply hold the power button on top and it'll go ahead and pop up this shut down your device, and you can simply press OK to shut it off. There you go. That's my showcase of the Miyoo Mini Plus. I definitely think it's a neat little handheld that you can put in your pocket and take with you on the go whenever you're on the train or visiting family. Doesn't really matter, and you can enjoy some retro goodness on the go. Let me know in the comments, are you excited about this little handheld? Are you picking one up? I'll definitely be interested to hear what y'all got to say about it. I'll see y'all next time.